Dukshin. And 5 under par, she's tied for 8th. Only 68 meters away. She can really go on and attack this flag. Set up nicely alongside her roommates. Back to the 9th tee, Pak Yang, only 1 under par. 26 holes, for 37. She is over for the round thus far. She has the 1 stroke to play with. The projected cut line right now is even par. Started with 120, lost Young before the tournament began as she withdrew. Kim Nayan 2, ECB, and Young all withdrawing, so we're down to 113. Presently around 67 in position to join us tomorrow. EA1, a ludicrous 49 meters remaining, 2 strokes. She doesn't get the wedge to sing along with her. It's a tough miss, no wind either, that's just a miss hit. All the way down the length of the green. She'll get a little bit of a return. A meter or so closer to the flank. Chanye Sung, 286, significantly downhill though. She's certainly not going to have the wants to try to reach unless she goes for a magical ride down the cart path. Those in the cart right now don't know that they'll soon have some company just off the rear. Based on the paint on the cart path, I'm going to say that's about 50, 55 meters tops. You can get a favorable lie.
플레이하겠습니다.
여기 왔잖아.
Advancing to a decent spot in the fairway. This is EA1. Just quick. Give it a little extra push to make sure she would get through the ribbon of fairway around the green. A comfortable lie and didn't really have much other than layup in front of her. This fairway, 3 yards to the left. Joe should be in some rarefied air. Play iron. Awkward one between clubs. Make up trying to do just that.
나이스 버디!
She had 3 birdies through 6, tied for 3rd, quickly up to 6 under par.
공력이 떨어졌는데. 천재
Sumi, under 2 to go. She's down. Tricky 2 putts. Young here. Never came in and sailing towards the back. The highest elevation points on the green is right at that back right corner. Joe. Look easy, and it takes a very high degree of skill to pull that off. Sun 7, she has been absolutely on fire of late. Remarkably, after yesterday's bogey-free round, her bogey-free round continued her bogey-free streak, pardon me. Last bogey was the 18th hole, the final round of the IM Financial Open, so she was at 73 straight holes without heading into today, up to 78. The all-time record, by the way, is held by Sheehan Sol. She went 120 holes in a row without a bogey, which is 6 2/3 straight rounds without. Pretty sensational. the hill, 60 meters to go. She almost has to come down at this more like a baseball bat than a golf club. Chokes up a fair bit. She's traded that little extra distance for a better lie, all things considered. Time you're off towards retreat. Going without being penalized is a win in its own right. First of the birdie putts. Say he at 8s. Uphill and into the lane. Not of the day as well. It's an even 36 the turn. Follow suit. Chunye Sung's birdie at the 6th. Young, but didn't quite have the break sorted. She was the inaugural champion last year. She was last week's winner as well. She's in a great run of form. Hold on her though. Early stages of this second round. she's not the only one. Making Pak Young's birdie putt all the more miraculous. Those were 4 and 5 meters away, if that. Factor in all the variables. The slope, the break. Us and there back to back. Those pars are no certainties either. Kim Sol.
Nice
One step closer to even and safety. So birdie takes it a +1. Thud into the fairway behind him. I mentioned yesterday how firm and quick the greens are playing. Unlike the last couple of weeks, typical springtime. Hasn't been much in the way of rain. So players have been working overtime. Controls. Closest to the pin from the 3. It's going to slide right back almost exactly on the line of the flag. To avoid her bogey. Fortunately for No Suni, she's not able to avoid the drop. Goes out with a 35. She is 5 under par. Say he. Your head in search of some answers. Went for a lap of the cup. It's way too quick. Joy for her here. In fact, it's a costly mistake. Sounded like the ting of the cart path, but didn't see much in the way of a reaction from the spectator on it, so maybe it was into the grass from the get-go.
Sure.
73 for Kim Sol yesterday. Bogey so far today, 1 and 5 and 4 and 6. It's a fairway in regulation. Drives that chip into the hill. That ball almost had a mind of its own. Easiest par putt she'll face today. Back on the 7th tee. She had said, look, I don't usually make that many birdies, but technically it wasn't a bogey either. They've all been going to dangerous areas, so there were no major crises. Speaking to one of the truths of this sport, of course, the birdies, the eagles, the big shots are exciting, but the successes, it's often from the most boring golf. Steady is good. Just didn't have much of anything sorted on this one. Off the mark and way too quick. Surprised she didn't keep the flag in if the strategy was going to be go like that one. Okay, let's take a look at the leaderboard here at the 25-minute mark of our second round coverage. Kim Jae-hee in the clubhouse with a 70 and a one-stroke advantage over Yu So-yeon 2. Peng Shin-shil was quiet yesterday. Absolutely not the case today. She was excellent with a 6 under par finish and a 4 under today. Kim Min-ju also at 4 under par. Park Ju-young the same, finding their way and finding their way comfortably around the course here at Kingsdale. back to Kingsdale, rejoining the action with Chun-Ye Sung, who a little misfortune and found herself in the sand trap. Fortunately for her, she compounds one mistake with another, failing to recover into a more favorable position. The real difference is just the fact she's so close to the green now. Getting there will be a challenge unto itself. Check of the win from Kim In-sun 7. She initially had the pitching wedge and evidently had some second thoughts about it. It is fun to look at. Dare I say it's beautiful to look at. It's not beautiful to land in, and I'm talking about any number of those sand traps guarding the pin. Can make out the flag gently flapping the left side over the topmost bunker. She judges the weight well, sits up, perches up on the fringe just to the left. Kim In-sol. Gets a lot more loft on this. That could be helpful. Gallery hoping that their shouts at the ball would convince it to stay on the green, but it had a mind of its own and also heads to join the queue out on the left. Now Yoo Hyun-jo. First swing of the second 9. Hasn't really been any rhyme or reason as to which has been playing easier today. Some players have found the lake course a little more straightforward, and on the other half, felt the opposite way. Arrival on the green, the par 3. Depth-wise, it was perfect. She's left when she would have hoped to have been a bit more right. No, Sungi nods her satisfaction. Fresh off her bogey at 9, her only one of the 18 that she's played on the opening 9. She did bogey 16 yesterday as well. The balance, she hasn't been able to set the world alight with her driver. 81st in terms of strokes gained. There's only a 1-under round yesterday for EA1. She's up 22 positions already.
Okay.
Despite only birdieing twice at the second and third hole. On with a chance for a third birdie after an impressive tee shot. Not much of a surprise. Kim In-sun 7 electing to putt this from the fringe. Reckons she'll be more on with her speed control with this club. Started left. Slowed up at just about the right time. Yardage. She was between clubs. I'm not sure though that she'll think that was the correct wedge. .110 for puck and Young over the sand traps. Go, 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 shout the supporters. Would you believe the ball goes, goes, and goes? That leaves you, Hyun Jo. Whoa. Hop, skip, and a jump off the back of the green. Kim Min-sol also putting from the fringe. Nearly had it. Looked for a moment like she had cracked the code. Marvelously set up part. Cheng Song a close call. Her misses to the right and a simple tap in from there. Rightfully applauded. Awfully close to the shot of our first 40 minutes and change. NDA one. Won't line for speeds. Speeds right on down. Follows the perfect track. And now she is on track for a 33 after 9 holes. This has a chance too, you know. Don't mind if you do, no Sungi. Perfect response to a bogey at 9. She's back up to 6 under. Close call. A little raised blade almost did her a solid. You say he settles for a par. It's a 38 on the way out with the bogeys at 1 and 8. She had appeared pensive. Watches it sail on by. Another iron here. Takes it about this distance. And the tie golfer with the birdie. Doing well in the first 2 tournaments of the season. First year KLPGA Tour. She's becoming something of a regular. An invited player this week. Pichara Jutar Konkrefan marches off and is 1 step closer to that top 3. Nine iron here for Kimmy and Sun 7. Teeing off the par 3 8th. Close to the front of the green today. That's taking it a bit too literally, but we've seen that landing spot a couple of times. A miss left. To tee off. She's going to basically split the middle. Just reinforcing how special a tee shot the first had been. The march down the hill towards the green. One nearly certain birdie. And two rolls of the dice. Two away for No Sungi. And it will play probably closer to 235, 240. This is moving a little right. Needed about 5 more meters of loft, and she would have been laughing, and not in a sarcastic way. This hasn't been an electrifying round to this point, but there is time to turn it around. You'd never know there was a 6-lane highway on the other side of the trees. You got to shuttle in the supporters somehow. From about 25 yards away, the journey towards the pin begins once more. Buck Young's thirds. It is the setup at 11. There's the fringe. Comes to a comfortable stop. Chunye's song that just about went. Pretty good considering where she had began. No swinging, only 66 meters to go. Up it comes. Absolutely managed from that location. Nicely read. Excellently putts. Alrighty then, not much in the way of change to the top 5. Other player to highlight, of course, is Pungmin Ji, who is in a fantastic position heading into Sunday, and we know just how good she can be on Sunday. Now, we do expect some change to come eventually, of course. There are still players with lots of golf to be played. I'm looking at Park Hae-jun and Han Chin-sun in particular. Park Ju-young shot a 68 today. Joy Lim is on pace for that 2 under through 10. Chae Ming-young 2 under through 7, as she also sits at 4 under. That's tied for 15th. And as you can see in the bottom right corner, yes, projected cut remains at even. When we come back, we'll conclude our number 1 of the second round of the second Dukshin EPC Championship from the Kingsdale Golf Club in Cheongju. pick up the action at the 11th. It's Pak Young, 2 under. Looking to go to 3 with back-to-back birdies. Picking up some steam, pardon me. 2 and 3, beg your pardon, of course, the par at 10. Still a fabulous run at the halfway mark of her round today. By the time this is done, the ball will have covered a lot of square footage on this green. Close one, but not to beat from No Sung-hee. Certainly deserved applause. She deserved that one, Yoo Hyun-jo. It's a sensational setup. She is sharing the second best score of the tournament so far. Oye won this dreaded break. Pak Young has seemed to be the only one who has been able to get the X-ray vision out. Kim Shi-yeon. This is for 7 under as well. Just missing. Pleading with it. To move left at the last minute. She would have been absolutely delighted, of course, to have joined Yoo So-yeon too. But that's 7 under score. First of the drives away at 12, Yu Hyun Jo. She started this tournament on an incredibly rocky front, bogeyed the second and third holes, was +2 until 9 when she was finally able to get back to even, and since then she hasn't really looked back. 8 birdies and a bogey earlier today at the 6th. She is a 2-time winner, of course. Missed the cut, though, at the Nexon St. Nine Masters. Took a break to reset, and it clearly has paid off in spades. Nosugi just clips the grass beside the bunker. She survives. Kim Min Sol stuck at even par, 258 her second here at the par 5. Books for our Thai golfer. Quickly, just like that, Nosungi ready with her second. Pitching wedge, 111 away. Yu Hyun Jo looking down at the very large 12th green. Can't fare any better or get any closer than her teammate before her. Reaching all the way to the back corner as it lands, and it slowly returns about 5 meters, but will still require quite a hefty putt. It's a tricky putt, this. Needing a lot of speed, but it will break left to right at the end. Oh, would have been a dream. Would have been an absolute dream. Settles for the par. That little extra time. Making sure she's got everything exactly envisioned the way she needs to. We know it's a makeable putt. It's just not a simple one. Deceptive from our angle. It almost looks down than up, but this is up all the way. She's going to have the speeds. Two close calls. Put another one in the Valiant try column. Sungi didn't like it. It didn't take her very long to discover that she didn't like it. As close as we've seen since Pak Young's make. Sungi rattles in her par. Well, it's 70 minutes down and still lots to come. No Sungi with a par at the 12th. Keeps herself within 2 strokes. Yoo Hyun-jo 1 back through 11. More than enough time to go and snatch that lead from Kim Chae-hee. Other names to keep an eye on: Han Shin-sun and Park Hae-jun. Cho Hye-lim all still playing, and an update for the projected cut now down to +1, as those in and around even struggling to find their pars at this stage in the tournament. The second Dukshin Championship, Dukshin EPC Championship, rather. We'll be back after a few short minutes.
우와.
And welcome back. 3:15 local time in Cheongju. Kingsdale Golf Club. More or less the midway mark of this entire tournament. Just 3 rounds, 54 holes of stroke play this week. It should get a little bit of a roll down the back. Wibbling and wobbling before finally coming to rest. Just another absolutely beautiful day out on the KLPGA Tour. Glad you're with us. Last check at the weather, and we had still been around the 26-degree mark. Bluebird skies. Wind has steadily picked up, though. 3.3 meters per second. In terms of the weather, Tour is giving it a perfect 10 out of 10, the forecast. Where else would you rather be? I know where else EA1 would rather be, and that would be collecting her ball from the bottom of the cup. She was slightly off on that attempt. And the drive. Couldn't split the middle better if she dropped it out her hand. Crack like thunder. And a drive that's nice on the eyes to match. Kim Shi-hyun. Up the hill she goes, perfectly on line. She has been accumulating the birds left, right, and center. Adds another to her impressive and growing tally. Pachara Jutar, Conquer Fan, to just about 2 meters as she started from off the green. No Sungi, 8.4 up the hill. Does it have the legs? Yes. Big birdie for No Sungi. She goes to 7 under par. And suddenly it is 4 players nipping at the heels of Kim Jae-hee. Fired up and for good reason. For the approach that was nearly a hole out for eagle. Pachara Jutar Conquer Fan will take her 3rd birdie of the round instead. It's a fair consolation. Park In-kyung. Down the hill to start, up at the end. Come on now. She's a woman on a mission. 3 birdies since the 9th hole. Every putt she addresses, we're at the point thinking, yeah, she'll make this. Remarkable skill. Down it goes. It's a par. Back to hole 10, Kim In-sun 7. Whoa, slow down now. That was cut quite thin. Didn't get the loft, landed on the green flat, and just kept on speeding along. The only one to struggle with the firmness of the green. A little bit in the way of a tailwind, but not much.
됐어. 하다가 튀고 나가야지.
바람이 많이 불고.
All right, buoyed by the birdie. No swinging on the 14th tee.
타워 너무 우측에 이제 뻥크 안 들어가지고 흔들면 왼쪽 같은 번호로
She was worried from the beginning. Away from the official to let her know that she is indeed dry and has avoided the water, but only just. Long way off the back. It's cleverly approached in terms of the setup of the shots. Stab at it enough to get it moving, but grab that fairway just before the green so that it was slowed just in the right time. Chen Yisung, 11 meters, lifts it up, and she's going to get a push. The wind is heaving. Landed left and will roll just inside the fringe. Perfect spot on this multi-tiered green. Just a little bit more than she brought. She won't get all the way up the hill. Well, she picked herself up from the sand and avoided the next bunker. It cost her some serious yardage. Speaking of impromptu trips to the beach, EA1, you wouldn't know it based on that out. So up and down for the sand save looks very much a possibility. Kim Sun 7. Too much right to left break on the putt. She didn't quite have that figured out. Kim Shi-yeon drags it by. Chun Yoo-sung to avoid a bogey. Able to stay at 2 under narrowly. Top-down view from the drone. Makes it quite clear the change of elevation. High point at the front before falling drastically. There's a bit of relief, even if there's an undercurrent of disappointment in that first putt. In terms of the speed, she was right up and at it. Flag high the finish and a tap in par next. GM back to back, and now 5 birdies today. She's a co-leader. One picks up another. Tracking her progress and her climb up the leaderboard, No Sungi can also move into a tie for the top with a birdie and 8 under, but wow, it just and only just tails away at the last moment. She will settle for her par. She still has the runway left, there's no doubt about it. You can go to avoid a bogey. This is not a tournament-defining putt, but it's a pivotal one nevertheless. Showing some great resolve. Pure stroke, advancing down the fairway. and ready for what is to come next after we take a quick reset of our own. Company at the top, Kim Shi-hyun has caught. Kim Jae-hee still with 8 holes to play, 5 under through 11. 7 holes to play, pardon me, is an absolutely outstanding score. Now Sung-hee came close to tying with a birdie at the last. She'll have a few more opportunities as well on the run-in. All that and a little bit more when the final hour of our second round coverage, moving day in a 54-holer, returns after a short break. Stick around. .343 local time in the North Chungcheong province of Korea. We are here with the KLPGA Tour at Kingsdale. Talked about Jian So a little bit earlier in the broadcast and some of her remarkable feats. This is just another for the long list. Great approach.
오, 나이스 샷. 와.
Understandable one out of the gallery at the par 3. Great tee shot. Down and around, but running out of speed. Clearing the water and hitting the ground running. She had so much fun teeing off beside her groupmate. She wants to join her in the same spot on the green. And a nice smile from No Seung-hee. Gets a much tighter grouping than that if we gave them 10 more strokes each.
이동 멈춰주세요. 플레이하겠습니다.
Co-leader, that has a nice ring to it, Kim Shi-hyun. Comes up short of the green, but she was dealing with a pretty nasty crosswind. Kim Ji-young too. She needs a couple of these on the run-in. Currently at +3. Needs to find a way to get to +1 by the end of the round to have a chance at the weekend. Soft chip from the green, rolls over the lip. Kim Shi-hyun now drives it through the fringe, still a bit quick. And that's going to go, much to the obvious delights of the gallery. Missed her chance for it at the 14th, and the next bite at the apple, a tougher shot, and she connects. And we'll make this another for the win column. Kim Min-sol an eagle. From even to 2 under with one swing of the club. She's trying her best to tamp down the excitement, but she should be. Can we go 3 for 3? Chen Ye-sung. Down the hill with a little break. She threads the needle. Kim In-sun 7. Well, it won't be an eagle, but it will be a pickup nevertheless. There's her birdie. Park Young-young, she's had a few special putts in the last 30 or 40 minutes. And she adds another. She is absolutely scorching hot. Since the 9th hole, 4 birdies, and she's just 3 off the lead. Kim Shi-hyun couldn't join in on the fantastically exciting atmosphere. The A1 for 6 under par. Here it comes. Needed a little bit more. Heavy tailwinds helpful. You can go higher if you can figure out the balance, which of course these fabulous players can. We are on hole 16 with no Sungi. We'll go par 4, and a par 5 to finish. .199 meters on the carry on that drive. 201, almost the exact same carry. Quite have the break. Overshot that with lots and lots of speed. And far enough away that she's going to have to think once or twice about how she wants to play it. EA1 on the 13th, still lots of golf for her and her group to play. It's a 7-iron off the tee. On, but well left. That will, pardon me, take us to the end of hour number 2. No Seung-Hee sharing the top spot for 15 holes, 4 under for the round, 8 for the tournament. Kim Ji-hyun having a bit of a wobble after playing some pretty near faultless golf for most of the day thus far. And Kim Min-ju up there with a 4 under as well. Even today from Park Hae-jun and Sheehan Sol alike, a 72 in the clubhouse tied for 20th. Kim Min-sun 7, the defending champion, wilting a little bit on Saturday, +1, which also means that bogey-free streak has come to an end. When we come back, the third and final hour of coverage begins from Kingsdale. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. The second 9 is in focus. That's the hill course. It's aptly named. It is a test of shot making and a test of stamina alike. Shots like that have become a theme. And a pretty strong explanation as to why she is ascending the leaderboard. EA1 putting for birdie here on the par 3. That's going to fall. Kimminson 793 meters out is a 52-degree wedge. Hunting the flag. Could have done with about 10 meters more carry. All things considered, not bad. She was walking it in, but she knew she was walking for a tap and not a collection. It will be a par. Wow is right to just a few centimeters away. Moon +8. Third shot at the par 5. No Sungi putting from the fringe. This would certainly be her most improbable. She knew exactly what it would do. 99 out of 100. No change. She is exactly where she was 1 hole ago. that just comes up short on the initial offering. Yeah, one up on the retaining wall. Powers that drive over the sand and just before the sand, pardon me. She's going to think a lot about during her walk to the next tee. She'll settle for the par. Next successful drive. Interesting this, that they're getting a lift. No Sungi, 8-iron at the penultimate hole. Of course, beg your pardon, and that's down to the fairway. Not sure if that's a dismissive shrug of the head. Doesn't seem to be any reason why she wouldn't like it. Third and final. Joe also into the fairway safely. Sungi had a chance, a really good chance at the 16th, but played the putt short. She has 2 holes to try to find 9 under and be the first to that mark. Kim Shi-yeon has recovered to 4 under through 13.5 to play and 1 back here at Kingsdale. right. More from this par 3. Bit of a different perspective on it, coming uphill. Seven iron for Kim Min-sung, 7. Caddy's already on the march before the ball even lands, and lands in an enthralling position. Brava with a fabulous, fabulous tee shot.
감사합니다.
Coming up from behind the green, flag high. No Seung-hee judges that brilliantly well. She's gonna missing long's not a bad outcome. She'll have an uphill chip that will feel more makeable than some of the putts she's had today.
좋아. 아유. 왜? 다 짧게 치는 거야?
Jian setting up her par. That's to come next. Yu-Hyun Jo, 110, pitching wedge. Set up at 17. She'll join No Seung-hee in that little hidden valley, we can call it, just beyond the camera's field of view. She's got 2 holes left, No Seung-hee, as does Yu-Hyun Jo. Just 1 stroke separates the 2 of them. And back on the par 3 13th, well, a pair of other players in the top 10. And the home stretch now, 6 for that group and 2 remaining for No Seung-hee and company at Kingsdale. On the tee of 15, EA1. As we welcome you back to the hill course at Kingsdale. And a tough nut to crack. BYD seal offered to the winner of an ace. Even a couple of birdies in these final 4 holes would go an incredibly long way for Kim Ji-kyun. Off to a great start. A little bit less power on it, and who knows what might have happened. Tracking perfectly. 2 more revolutions, and that's a putt from the fringe for birdie. And now she's trying to figure out the best way to go tap it in without walking in her group mate's line.
라인은 여기까지만 좀 가서 먹기 원해. 초반에만 좀 유력.
No Seung-hee. First a putt from the fringe. The next a putt from the fringe, rather. We could add up all of these missed birdies by 15 centimeters or less. She'd probably be the outright leader by now. She has been putting and seeing the green so well. The short game on another level. Standing above the cup. Park Hyung-kyung has made some spectacular putts today. This is more reminiscent of opening 9 Park Hyung-kyung. Two putts gets CA1 to her par. Chen Yisung over the water with her first at 14. Just a hair over 100 meters to go on this approach. Kim Shi-hyun has a golden opportunity. Also jump on board and get a share of the lead. That should break right to left. Too much of it though. Kim Min-sun 7. She's in the tricky bunker. It's unforgiving, and it's really difficult to manage with the high walls. Dogleg left, playing back towards the clubhouse. Tomorrow, it will be center stage. Sumi, can she birdie here and take over the top spot with her last swing of the day?
밑으로 내려가 주세요.
From 2. Yu-Hyun Jo would need No Seung-hee to par and for her to birdie. And we could all of a sudden be looking at 3 players at 8 under. And one of Puck Young today. 70 yesterday. She's on pace to match it, and the run she was on, one of the most exciting players to watch, holes 9 through 13, 14. EA1, tee shot at the 16th. Has been very good with the driver today. Softly struck, popped up and rolled to about 7 meters, just before the flag.
볼.
Once again from behind the 14th, Chun Sung. This is going to work its way to flag high in a great spot. Is a long winding road, 495 meters. It's the second longest hole on the course. Both of them on the back nine extended this year to try to make the birdies extra challenging and extra worthwhile to go on and snag. Think about the showdown tomorrow and what it might mean, who might be in the final group. Yu-Hyun Jo just missing corner of the fairway with the first shot. Shot 2 on the par 5. She is back where she belongs. Kim Yoon-sun 7 for a par, trying to stay at 4 under. Well done. There's that superpower of being able to avoid bogeys on display once again. No Sungi. The big one, the setup. Takes a rather large bounce and will head off to the fairways, stay right on top of it. She'll be putting or chipping into the wind with her 4th. Lifting this up high with the backspin coming in right on time. She will be euphoric with the outcome, and she'll be staring down a birdie. Young, last to play. Excellent judgment as well. Okay, Kim Shi-hyun. Just as things get interesting with all the sand traps. Wasn't in a great lie either with all the rough and tumble spring grass that's, well, it's called the rough for a reason. .102 meters, the second shot for EA1. She gets enough of a bounce and a roll to go flag high and is staring down a very makeable birdie.
Go. Go. Go.
Here it comes. Go shouts the gallery. Just about did. Nice par indeed. More than just a nice round, a great round. 68 in a co-leader No Sungi after 36 of 54.
Okay, shot.
All smiles after the tee shot. Let's see if we'll get some more smiles here. Didn't really want to start moving until it was already past the hole. How in the world has she managed that? I don't think she has an answer for us at this moment either. After that fabulous 9 through 15 run, she goes bogey, bogey, 17, 18, and Park Young drops to 3 under par and a bit of a head scratcher. It's tied for 21st. Kim Shi-hyun comes off the face of the wedge a little bit awkwardly. She tried to open it up to get more lift, but the trade-off was sending it right. Yoo-hyun Jo watches that break the opposite way. This is a confounding green. Lots of extra prep time for Yoo-hyun Jo. Such an important putt. This is for 7 under. And she suffers, pardon me, the same fate as Park Young bogeying the last. She was never comfortable over it. 4 birdies, 2 bogeys today. Shakes her head in frustration as she's trailing by 2. Heading into Sunday. Now just up on the lip, Kim Shi-hyun. Here it comes. Invisible closures over the cups. It's the only explanation for the last few strokes. Kim In-sun 7, last year's champ, 4 under, looking for 5. And yes, that'll go. Don't look now, she's only 3 back all of a sudden. EA1 with a birdie of her own. She moves to 7 under. And look at that round. 66 with a couple of holes yet to play. We got about a quarter of an hour to go and a couple of holes to see through to the finish line. EA1, Kim Shi-hyun and their group. 2 of the 3 on page 1 of the leaderboard. No Seung-hee officially in with her 68. 68 as well for Pang Shin-shil today. A pair of 69s, Yoo So-yeon 2 and Pang Min-ji. Kim Min-ji with the 68, Ko Chi-won with the 69. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the bulk of your top 10. Projected cut line remains at +1. We'll monitor that just as we'll monitor EA1's final holes when we return to Kingsdale. And it all comes down to 2 holes, 35 and 36. EA1, she is not a player that we are surprised to see at this part of the leaderboard. The top portion of it, of course, a 9-time winner. 1 major title under her belt. She came so close to winning the first event of the season, the Regeron Championship. Tied for 18th at the Siena Open. Tied for 6th at the IM Financial Group Open. And at the next St. Nine Masters, she struggled. T49. This is much more like what we are accustomed to seeing.
알겠습니다.
A wayward drive that skips off the asphalt. And she's a long way off the mark. Kim Shi-hyun, 6 under par, a roller coaster. Birdie's at 1, 5, 6, 10, and 11, but since 11, she has not been able to find another. In fact, she's bogeyed twice on the par 4s already. KLPGA notable player. Check out this shot. From the hillside, bouncing off her group mates and helping her in a big way. Is ultimately setting up the birdie putts. Some putts, some close calls. And this had been the 6th, par 5, 535, longest hole of the course. Long approach, going right at the flag, digging in and rolling 2. About 5 meters past in 18. We'll hopefully see some more of these shortly. The irons, when they were on today, they were on, sharp, and delivering. Always appreciate this ability to review some of the players that, well, they did their business before we joined the action this afternoon, nearly 3 hours ago now. EA1's wayward drive ends up in the rough on the hill, so bit of an awkward one in terms of getting her feet set, but you wouldn't know it based on that absolutely brilliant approach onto the green. The bar has been set high. Kim Shi-yeon. And just not enough ball flights. It is such a fine margin. So close to being up and within 5-6 meters chance at a birdie to now really needing to dig deep and avoid a bogey. 7-iron for Kim Min-sun. Up skip and a flag level arrival. Left to right, breaking putt for birdie based on the memory that I'll jog for myself. He's second, 270 and uphill, so probably 50, 60, 70 in that range. Left for the wedge. Metro Jutar Conquer fan, 257, and she rocked back on her heels for a little extra flex and muscles it alongside her two group mates. We have arrived. Kim Shi-yeon. Big swing to get up the hill, and then it's going to come back down. So a knife's edge, trying to manage the speed here. The hoops and the shouts. Stops about halfway between the pin and the fringe. So that will be the birdie, or pardon me, the par putt remaining. Glancing at the notes, the pin placement, factoring in the yardage from the rangefinder, and waiting for the green to clear.
핀 잘 떨어져도 발이 맞아. 내려막고 하는 거라 헬이 안 들어가도 원바운드는 시켰죠.
Is a 88 meters. Right to left, crosswind, and bouncing and side spinning into the corner. And Kim Shi-yeon now trying to avoid a bogey, keep herself at 6 under. Would be her third bogey of the back 9 if she can't find this putt. It's no gimme either. Nicely done. She would have had every excuse to not. She finds a massive recovery. A sigh of relief as she marches to the 18th tee. Daeyeon, first time seeing her today. She's at 1 under par. Her third shot from 75 meters out. At this point, it's a guarantee that she'll have made the cut. EA1. She's been patiently waiting for her share of the top spots. It's going to break hard, left to right, just on time. A third to reach 8 under as this unbelievable round, tracking a 65, has just 1 hole remaining. Seoul, lifting and running, get over, get over! Oh, somehow glances right on the rim. Thought for a moment it was going to drop. That would have been right up there with the shot of the day. Probably the most dramatic par we've seen today.
앞에 나와주세요. 앞에 지나가주세요. 가고 치자.
Well, it comes down to this today, at least for EA1. Nobody, and I mean nobody, when the round began, would have said with a great deal of confidence that EA1 had an opportunity to climb 39 spots today after a fairly run-of-the-mill, if not borderline invisible 71 yesterday. She has absolutely clicked into gear. She's picked up 7 birdies, no bogeys. It's 9 birdies, no bogeys since hole number 10 yesterday. She has been on one. Two drives down, just Kim Shi-yeon remaining. .227 the carry, rivaling EA1, but right side of the fairway, in fact off it in the rough. Crouching. When you and your caddy are crouching, you know it's a close call. You know that it's teetering on disaster or greatness, and unfortunately it was the former category. And just moving, straightening out at the end. That gets Kim Min Sun one closer to the end. The end is near. The end is imminent for Lee Dae-yeon, who has knocked down a birdie putt. Great little run, 14, 15, and 18 with birdies. Tack on the one at the first. Couple of bogeys, and all of that comes out as a 2-under after 36. Petro Juta Conquer fan, the invited Thai golfer. Good crack, excellent putt. She's fired up, and rightfully so. A few things about her strokes that are a bit unconventional, but certainly getting the job done today. 5 under par, tied for 9th. Extremely well played. Well, the prep Leading to this moment, she's trying to drag it. Soon as it left the putter, she knew she was misaligned. Well, that recovery is getting ready. Kim Ji-yeon, second. Brutally powerful off the tee, but we know there's bunkers there or thereabouts. We spot it there near the cart path. That's great. Or is that maybe some pollen? She's shaking her head, so maybe it was the bunker after all.
실례하겠습니다. 앞에 멈춰주세요. 잠시만요. 알겠습니다. 좋아.
Now the second shots on the par 5 uneventful as they should be, leading to a trio in and around the sands. Kim Min-sun, our defending champion, with a lovely up and about 4.5 meters away from birdie. Scanning, prepping, visualizing, and waiting. Not very often you see EA1 the furthest from the pin. We will see how close she can stick it. Can she set up one more birdie, find 9 under, be the first to do it, and start Sunday as the outright leader. 76 meters only, looking for the pin, needs to get on the brakes. Tough, but never say never. Kim Shi-hyun is next. Looks up high, watches it fall out of the sky. Right on cue. And then there was one. Sugirim, after 2 strokes, 58 meters away, closest to the flag. Can she stay that way? Not quite. In fact, she goes the opposite. Not quite ready at 18, so let's check in on Chunye's song at the 17th. Bit of a strange one, as it was more left than she wanted and had a slow roller on a tricky putt coming up next. It's packed for a Saturday. Be standing room only tomorrow. So Gilream first to putt. Weight-wise, couldn't have asked for much more. About 23 hours from now, maybe even less than that, the red carpet will be rolled out. Just the way she's gone today. EA1, the headliner from Group 27, one of the 3 headliners from the 120 players who started this tournament. For the outright lead, EA1. It's going to be tough from that distance. And while it would have been nice for her for the neutral, from the starter's pistol tomorrow, No Seung-hee, Kim Chae-hee, and EA1. Starting together at 8 under, it will be an 18-hole sprint to the finish line. A 65 today, bogey-free for EA1. 7 birdies, and from obscurity after Friday's first round to in the lead pack heading to Championship Sunday. Kim In-sun, the defending champ. Catching a little lightning in the bottle late. 4 birdies since at one point being down to +2 and ending that, I believe, nearly 80-hole run without a bogey. Great to see. 6 under's tied for 5th and only 2 back. That's where Kim Shi-hyun is now. Tough one. Well, she fought it at times today. 69 was her score yesterday. She goes out with a 33, in with a 36. It's 69 again today. Would have been a huge bogey, pardon me, a huge birdie. She would have been up and level with Yoo So-yeon too. But the golf gods, well, they had another plan. That leaves Sogyo Reem. Final shot we'll see today. Rolls in her par. Tied for 19th at the end of round 2. She's up 37 positions from where she had started the day after her even par opening round of 72. And while we still do have Kim In-sun 7 and her group still to finish, we'll see us at our finale for this moving day Saturday. Been absolutely spoiled this week. It's the only way to put it with the weather. And as we pull up the forecast for tomorrow and pull up the leaderboard for you on our way out the door, what can we expect tomorrow? Well, we can expect a great race. EA1, No Seung-hee, Kim Chae-hee, Yoo So-yeon 2. Never say never, of course, just 1 stroke back. Kim In-sun 7 with that late push, especially if she gets 1 more birdie late here. She still might be in the hunt for the title tomorrow. Another 25-degree day, sunny, no chance of rain in the forecast, almost unlimited visibility. It's all shaping up for a fabulous finale here at Kingsdale. And with that, let's let you go. We'll say goodbye. The leaderboard will take you through to the end of our time together today. But a reminder to adjust your clocks. The final round always starts 1 hour earlier than where we have been. So for our purposes, 1 p.m. local time, when we will talk to you again tomorrow from Cheongju-shi. My name is Adam Jenkins. So long for now, and enjoy the rest of your Saturdays. Tomorrow we'll crown a champion at the 2nd Dukshin EPC Championship right here on the KLPGA Tour.